The heart-rending and soul-bending animal abuse the Houston SPCA worked so hard to combat is now a felony crime that can send perpetrators to jail.
If they don't change and they, decide that I don't care what you say, then now we have a stronger law to back us up, to force that change.
Chief Investigator Jim Baller often spends his mornings on the telephone speaking to prosecutors. That's because he spends too many afternoons at places like this. A ranch owner who refused to properly feed horses despite many warnings one day, a farmer who allowed his pigs to starve another.
We look at the entire situation for the welfare of the animal. These are not just a food production animal. No one in there would even want to eat any animal if they saw that it was in this condition.
Baller and his team members say nothing makes them happier than the sight of well-tended livestock in a field. And little can make them more sad than something like this. After all, pigs are even more intelligent than dogs.
While the animals are in their care and custody, that they are providing the best possible care for these animals. And when they're not, we step in and let the courts make that decision.
Sometimes the court decisions are not about obviously terrible abuse, but about whether mountain lions belong on the patio of a suburban home. When that happens, Baller goes in literally face-to-face with danger because it's the right thing for the animal.
It's actually a lot less stressful on the animal than for us to, in some cases, than to go in, tranquilize the animal, drag it out, put it in a cage in order to move it.
As if to demonstrate why these big cats do not make good house pets, watch the change in this formerly friendly animal.
These are wild animals. They had that natural wild instinct, that natural wild hunting instinct. And at any moment, they can exhibit that.
The Houston SPCA often is called on by police and welfare agencies because of the demonstrated strong links between animal abuse and other forms of violence. It's too common to find that the only thing worse than life for the animals is life for the people with whom they live.
When you go into a house, you look for the situation. You look for the way the house is kept, the shape that the children are in. Are they clean or dirty? Are they frightened of their parents? A lot of times you can see it just in the way that the spouse will respond to the other spouse or to the children or the animals. And a lot of times you can link animal abuse with child abuse or spousal abuse or vice versa.
Some things cannot be missed. For example, the terrible conditions in which investigators found 3 cats, some dogs, birds, and more. The youngest cat was literally stuck to the floor in the filth. Rushed back to the shelter on the brink of death, he was first given fluids.
A true picture of a starving cat. You think this cat lived in Ethiopia or somewhere.
No, it lived in Houston. And if you watch, you can see a little abused cat returning from the brink.
This cat hasn't eaten probably for... There's absolutely no stool in the intestines that can be felt. And with this particular appetite, this is purely an indication of total starvation and neglect. The cat's very dehydrated. There's absolutely no muscle mass anywhere on this cat. It's just hair and bone. This cat's so hungry that he would eat the bowl.
The cat, which probably would have otherwise died that day, now flourishes. And those who protect him and the others know those who would do this will not escape without punishment.
Dog fighting, cockfighting, any animal fighting is now a felony. Serious injury, poisonings, killing of an animal that, is unjustified, it's now a felony. Torturing an animal is now a felony.
And saving the victims of those crimes is one of the most important, rewarding, and sometimes nearly miraculous work done by the Houston SPCA.